Warning, this review contains strong language and contains graphic violence and gore. For those who are easily offended or faint of heart, this review may not be for you. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, now that all the pussies are out of the room, let's get to this review. Today on Holden Reviews, I take a look at空の境界Garden of Sinners movie series, specifically the first of the series, Overlooking View. A movie about a girl figuring out a mystery of strange suicides that involve high school girls jumping off an abandoned building to their imminent demise. So yeah, it's a movie about suicide, which can be a touchy subject for some people, and to those people, don't take this the wrong way.
Get the f down! F***ing jump! Jump! Get the f down from there! F***ing jump! Jump! Do it, you bitch! Do it! Jump! 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 Do it!
Now that I've set the mood for this movie, let's get to the review. Now, the空の境界series, which literally translates to the boundary of emptiness because that doesn't sound bleak and abysmal, was originally a novel created by Nasu Kinoko and Takeuchi Takashi, who would later form a company that we all know as Type Moon, who made a little-known visual novel and anime series called Fate Stay Night, which is more sacred than the sweat of Christ to a select group of weirdos. Overlooking View, being the first of the 7 空の境界films, sets up rather nicely for the future films by establishing the characters and setting for this rather dark anime. Now, in terms of story, Overlooking View is hard to pick sides on. I say this because part of me says that it sets up nicely for the rest of the series, but on the other hand, the first time I watched this movie, I seriously felt like I went into this movie having no idea what it would be like, and came out with the same feeling, which, if you didn't know, is kind of a problem. All I got from my first viewing of this is that it was about some girl with the emotions of a bear trap, which is simply waiting for a chance to kill, who pretty much becomes a and replaces the vacuum with one razor-sharp knife. A bunch of high school girls jumping off buildings and having a not-so-nice encounter with the pavement. A really cool fight scene, which got me really interested thinking that there would be more. Spoiler alert, there's not! And so many subtitles, I thought my lazy brain was just gonna give up and say, fuck this, and just give me a stroke and be done with it. That being said, the movie did have good pacing, and the tense nature of the movie is very apparent to the viewer. And to my surprise, I really liked it. And here's what I've got to say about it. Also, on a side note, if you enjoyed shows such as Bakano and Dura, you'll most likely understand where空の境界is going if you understand that the director wasn't releasing movies in chronological order. If you were to watch a series of movies in order according to the timeline in the series, it goes something along the lines of 2, 7, 4, 3, 1, 5, and 6. Now, do I recommend watching in this order? Personally, no, but I can't stop you if you're one of those people who just love to jack with the order of stuff. And to those people, I give 0 fucks either way. The first movie to be released in this series is actually the second to last story-wise, but what it does do is introduce you to the kimono-wearing doll Shiki, with her what appears to be magical knife powers or some shit like that, and she wears a red coat. That's about it. Some guy named Cocteau who buys strawberry ice cream, Häagen-Dazs to be specific, as if they didn't get that across all the waves of product placement, then supposedly falls asleep for the rest of the movie as if he just overdosed on Lunesta. And finally, Detective Toko Azaki, a damn good detective who's like, yep, I know you're the killer, oh, yeah, and she does this.
どうせ死ぬなら誰にも迷惑をかけない方法を選べばいいのに。本当は死ぬつもりなんかなかった。いつになったら帰ってくるんだろうな。
Sorry, couldn't resist. And as far as characters go, those are the only real important ones, making this a fairly small cast for an anime. But it's okay since this is a movie after all, not some full-length anime series. In terms of character development, there really isn't any, again due to this being only a 15-minute long film, and also the fact that this movie is the second to last in the timeline. So you're supposed to see the characters evolve and become what they are in this movie by watching the older ones later and telling how different they are than what they will become later on in the series, which in my opinion is a fairly good way of showing character development, but at the same time can be fairly confusing at times. To put it simply, the beginning is the end and everything else is leading up to the beginning. Did you get that? Good, now let's move on then. The animation is done by Studio Ufotable, or Ufotable, whatever the fuck you want to call it, but man does it look spectacular. The animation in this movie is some of the best I've ever seen. It's fluid, the action scene was outstanding, the backgrounds look picturesque, the characters don't look flat thanks to the amazing shadowing and use of gradients which gives them a soft, rounded, more human look. The interesting camera angles and the long drawn-out shots of the normal, mundane, everyday activities such as eating ice cream or opening a bottle of water. So compared to other anime, Overlooking View is among the best of the best in my opinion. In terms of voice acting, I thought the series did a very good job. The actor for Shiki, Maya Sakamoto, did what I thought to be an amazing job and did a great job showing the contrast between Shiki's no-emotion side and her crazy, bloodthirsty side. She is also known for her roles as characters such as Nino from Arakawa Under the Bridge, CL Phantom Hive from Black Butler, Haru-chan from Oran High School Host Club, Reika Mishima from Razafon, and my personal favorite, Maori from Evangelion 2.0 You Cannot Advance. Kenichi Suzumura, who played Kokuto, is also known for his roles as Lavi in D. Greyman, Junpei in Ichigo 100%, and lastly Shin from Gundam Seed Destiny. Now, fun fact about Maya Sakamoto and Kenichi Suzumura is that they're actually married in August 2011 after working together in Black Butler and also in this show. So congratulations to them, and I hope that they have many happy years to come. The final voice actor is Takako Honda, who voiced Toko Aozaki, aka the detective. She is known for her roles as April from Darker Than Black, Anko from Naruto, Leite the mechanic from Gurren Lagann, and Gimme also from Gurren Lagann. All in all, Maya Sakamoto had the best performance, but this is also due to the fact that the other actors didn't get a chance to really show their skills due to this being such a short movie, and not having any room for character development and focusing more on establishing the plot and setting more than anything else. The musical score in this anime is great in my opinion, with some very surreal music which sets up nicely for the tone and mood of this anime. There's also some songs in the soundtrack that sound very angelic and church-like, I guess you could say, which gives this movie a very larger-than-life feel to it. All in all, it's an amazing soundtrack, and I found myself listening to it all by itself on multiple occasions. You can get a good sense of the triumphs and failures of the movie just by listening to the soundtrack, which is not something you can say for every soundtrack, so this is really something special. Overall, the musical score is nothing short of amazing. On a side note, I don't usually mention sound effects due to me usually, not caring for them, but the sound effects in this movie really stuck out at me. This is most likely due to the fact that although Overlooking View has one of the most impactful soundtracks I've heard in ages, there's also scenes where there's absolutely no music whatsoever, and instead just the characters doing stuff and you the audience hearing what they do. Very similar to the directorial style of Stanley Kubrick's movies such as The Shining. This forces you to hear the sounds of this anime and how pitch perfect every sound is. From opening a fridge door to opening a new bottle of water, everything sounds as if you're watching the events unfold from the very same room that they were in. This, in my opinion, gives a whole new meaning to the word immersion. Now that I have that off my chest, let's wrap up this review. Now, my overall thoughts on this movie are generally positive. I really like the animation, and the backgrounds bring me to the verge of tears with their sheer beauty. The characters suffer from a lack of development and interaction, but remain fairly interesting. The voice actors did a great job, and the soundtrack is a perfect match for the mood and overall tone of this movie. I will admit though, this movie can be fairly hard to follow at times, with us the audience struggling to keep up with what seems to be the very confusing story and waves of dialogue. Now, if you like to figure out what's going on in a story and don't like to have it painted out for you in every color of the rainbow, then I can say with confidence, you will most likely find something you like about this movie. Overlooking View is suspenseful, intriguing, and a truly unique experience. So, on the Holden Reviews scoreboard, in which all scores are out of 10,空の境界, the Garden of Sinners movie won The Overlooking View, received a better than average 7.5 for story. The characters department of Overlooking View gets a 8.5. The animation is Overlooking View's strongest category with a staggering 9.7 for making me cry tears from its sheer beauty. Sound gets an 8.6 from Maya Sakamoto, who single-handedly pulled off voicing a highly schizophrenic Shiki with a completely believable performance. And my overall enjoyment of the movie gets a 8.2 for keeping me interested in the whole movie throughout its course, giving Overlooking View a well-deserved 8.50 and a Holden Reviews stamp of recommendation. So that is all for this review. Please leave your comments, questions, and recommendations in the comment section below. I am Holden from Holden Reviews, here to say hope to see you in the next review, and sayonara, see you later.